Hi, everyone. Let me get my camera all set up here. Hello. Welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you are seeing this. I'm just going to adjust my camera so I don't have to only see my shelf over there. You see the yoga mat? Okay, good. Awesome. All right. Welcome. It's been brought to my attention I don't even say my name when I start, but I'm Valerie. My friends call me Val, which is my YouTube channel is called Val Green rather than Valerie. So welcome. I see Gloria's on. I am ready for good things coming my way. Awesome. I love that. Good. Me too. I hope you guys are all excited for today's class for Friday yoga. Got something good in store for you today. We'll be doing lots of stretching, especially for our lower backs and hips, especially if we've been sitting all day. I'm just going to adjust my screen so my eyes are all over. Because personally, I've been sitting a lot this week, and I know those of you that are working from home are sitting a lot. So today's practice will be really, really nice and delicious for our backs. So welcome. Please feel free to say hello. I know usually my dad's on, so I always give him a shout out, even though he's not able to say hey through the computer. I know Fritz usually watches this later on, and my friend Louise as well. So hello to both of you. If anyone else wants to let me know that you see this, kind of later, and I know Ashley sees this as well. So hello. Please feel free to say that you watch them, and I'll be happy to give you a little bit of a shout out. So I'm really excited you guys are all here. Like I said, I have something good in store. I love doing this live, so then I'm able to be here presently with you during this kind of uncertain time, bringing a little bit of calm to the chaos. So I thank you so much for joining me, those that are returning, those that are new. Welcome. I hope you enjoyed class. Ashley, oh, you are on. Hi, Val. I'm with you live today. Awesome. Great. I know you're always watching replays. Wonderful. Okay, so I do this live. Therefore, it may or may not be perfect, but I continue to do it live so that we have this community and that you have this yoga practice, this yoga and meditation, all of it every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So you get to do this together live. I was thinking of maybe trying this over Zoom so then I could see you, but I kind of feel like being able to save them on YouTube, then you're able to kind of follow along later. I'm willing to kind of warp and change and do what you guys like. You guys are my followers, my students. So whatever I can do to best help serve you, just let me know. Okay, either drop a note or send me a DM, whatever you need. Okay, so we'll go ahead and get started here. Today's theme is I accept my uniqueness. There is no competition and no comparison, for we are all different and meant to be that way. I am special and wonderful. I love myself. I thought this was really cool. Kind of like just I accept my own uniqueness and just kind of giving yourself permission to be that, just to be unique, just to be who you are and who you've always meant to be in that uniqueness, and to stop constantly comparing ourselves. I know that's definitely kind of challenging for those in my generation with Instagram and Facebook, constantly comparing ourselves to everybody's kind of fake life on there. It's what they're projecting isn't necessarily real of what's going on in their real life. It's just kind of what they're showing. And I think sometimes that can cause a little bit of unrest in some people of wanting to have what they have. But it's not really always true. So just kind of settling into who we are and being okay with that, and just knowing that you are special and you are wonderful and that it's safe to love yourself for who you truly are. So that's just kind of the message. And I really like this. So we're going to kind of incorporate this into our meditation and our yoga, and like we usually do. And I know it says like I love myself, and sometimes that can be a little triggering to people. So be gentle with yourself and maybe say, I'm learning to love myself, or it's safe to love me, or I am worth loving. Something that might seem a little more gentle if you're not quite there yet. But if you are, then jump up and down, say it in the mirror, wink at yourself every once in a while, and really stand in that you're special and wonderful and worth loving. All right. So for the meditation for today, is something I've been doing for a while. It's actually, again, another Deepak Chopra's. Sorry, I said his name wrong. But I've been doing this one for a couple of years, and I just thought it'd be kind of nice to share. It's just kind of setting 4 different intentions, and we'll just start. You can do this either with your eyes open or closed. I typically like to do it with my eyes closed. So I invite you to get into a nice, comfortable seated position. I don't know why I always look to the side. I guess that's where my sofa is. To get into a nice, comfortable seated position, whether you're seated on the sofa or on a chair, just make sure your feet are firmly planted on the ground. Or if you are seated, make sure your spine is nice and straight. And I do invite you to go ahead and close your eyes with a nice deep inhale through your nose and out your nose. Just bringing your awareness to your breath. And as you do that, your breath will automatically begin to slow down. So just bringing your focus to your breath and following your breath as it goes in and out of your nose. And just allowing your thoughts to slow. And just giving yourself permission to be just present right now. And begin to bring your awareness a little bit deeper, bringing your awareness to your heart, into the center of your chest. Just breathe a little bit slower and deeper than normal with your focus on your heart. And if it helps, you can always place your hand on your heart. Just breathing in and out. And I will begin to say 4 different intentions, and feel free to say these out loud or in your own mind. You kind of be speaking through your heart as you say these, and allow them to kind of circulate through your body. Okay. First intention is joyful, energetic body. Joyful, energetic body. Joyful, energetic body. The next is loving, compassionate heart. Loving, compassionate heart. Loving, compassionate heart. The next is reflective, alert mind. Reflective, alert mind. Reflective, alert mind. And the next, lightness of being. Lightness of being. Lightness of being. And for the next moment, with your attention still breathing in and out of your heart, we're just going to repeat those once more through in your mind. Joyful, energetic body. Loving, compassionate heart. Reflective, alert mind. lightness of being. Just allow those intentions to circulate through your heart and your mind and your body. Continue breathing nice and softly. And with a gentle inhale, begin to slowly bat your eyelashes and open up your eyes. Really good. And I will also try to incorporate those 4 intentions into our yoga practice as well. So joyful, energetic body, loving, compassionate heart, reflective, alert mind, and lightness of being. And whatever those kind of mean for you, whatever they kind of stir up or bring up, that's really, really nice. Okay, just kind of allow that to be there. I think that's really nice to go with our theme of being accepting my uniqueness and just knowing that you're special and wonderful and loving yourself. Okay, so I'm going to scoot back onto my mat and I invite you to do the same. We're going to start off actually on our backs. Give me just a moment. Oh, I hope that didn't come unplugged and you can still hear me. One moment here. Okay. All right, and Casey's on. Hello, Casey. I didn't say hi earlier. Okay. So we will go ahead and start on our backs. We're going to do a bit of warm up for our legs and our back. All right. I'm actually going to scoot slightly off my back, off my mat, since I have to kind of roll side to side. So go ahead and slowly come down to your back with your knees bent. And go ahead and bring your right leg up and over your left. So you might note this one. And inhale that left leg up. So giving that nice stretch on the right side here, kind of near your glute. So this is really good if you have any sciatic issues or hip issues. And just kind of breathe into that hip. So today, like I mentioned, we're going to do quite a bit for our lower back and our hips. And this is just kind of the beginning of it, just to get the juices flowing here. So begin to open up that hip, just breathe into that. And remember that when you hold your breath, it begins to activate your fight and flight, which we don't want. So just continuously breathe. If anything ever hurts, just come out of it. Okay? So go ahead and lower your left leg down. Undo your right and bring kind of your right knee towards you. And then extend your foot forward. So what you want to do is point your toe or just more or less relax it. Because if you flex it, you're going to feel more kind of like you're stretching that nerve, which you don't want. So kind of keep your foot relaxed as you bring your leg towards you and you feel a nice stretch behind. If you're not feeling it, then you can kind of straighten that leg. That will deepen the stretch. Really good. Okay. Breathing. Kind of bend that knee back, your left, and cross your right over your left. And then just allow your knees to fall to your right side. So I'm going to bring my hands just to my side. I'm just going to allow my legs to fall to the right. You should feel a nice stretch kind of in your hips and in your bottom there. Just allow your legs to fall and just breathe. And relax your face. We're just stretching. Really nice. Inhale, coming to center, and we're going to let them fall to the opposite side now. So go ahead and let your legs fall to your left side. This might be kind of strong, but you should feel this in your lower back. Just breathe. And then maybe even breathe into that lower belly. And go ahead on an inhale, come on back up. And we're going to bring our knees up. Feeling a little bit more of that stretch. Really good. All right, and release. We're going to time to do our right side. I'm going to cross the left over the right and bring up that right leg. So my knee is bent here. Oof. Feel that nice stretch here on the left side. Breathing. So we're going to be doing pigeon at the very end of class. So I will reference this again if the actual pigeon pose feels too strong. I'll kind of give a cue to go onto your back and do a reclined pigeon. So this is reclined pigeon. Okay, so go ahead and drop the right leg and bring the left knee kind of towards your chest, extending your leg forward. And kind of straightening that. Again, remember, you don't want to really be flexing your foot. You want to keep it more pointed, or you're just going to be stretching that nerve. If you want a deeper stretch, then you can straighten your right leg. Yes, continue breathing here. Really good. And bend that right leg if it was straight, and go ahead and cross the left leg over, and you're going to go ahead and let that fall to your left side, nice and gently. And just breathing. I will say I am glad I do these classes live with you. One, of course, for the community, and two, it gets me moving my body too. And it's nice to be doing it alongside of you. Inhaling to center, and then letting it fall to the right side. So really feeling that nice stretch. Breathing nice and gentle. And then coming to center and bringing knees back to your face. All right. Go ahead and cross them. And still holding them kind of underneath your knees here. Call it kind of the armpit of your knees. And just begin to gently roll on your spine. Just some gentle rolls, keeping your chin tucked. And getting enough momentum to roll all the way up. Good job. We're going to come to a seated position here. We're just going to do some arm stretches. All right. So we're going to inhale both arms forward, kind of reach as far as you can, and then roll your shoulders back. Go ahead and cross your left arm across your body and grab that with your right hand. Just kind of allow that stretch further in your shoulder. Really good. Kind of keeping that hand still slightly active. And breathing into that shoulder. Really good. And opening back up, rolling their shoulders back. Now bringing your right arm across and grabbing your wrist. Opening up that shoulder. Okay. Now we're going to do eagle arms. So arms straight forward. Reach, reach, reach. Roll the shoulders back. Bring right underneath of left. You can just kind of continue with these X arms if you'd like, or you can continue wrapping your hands, lifting the elbow ever so slightly. You're going to begin to feel your shoulders opening up. See if you can lift your elbows a little bit further up and then pushing your palms away from your face. You should feel your shoulder blades really begin to open up. And breathing into your shoulder blades. Relaxing your face, maybe smiling. Go ahead and exhale, kind of bringing your hands back to your face and then lowering down your elbows. Good job. Now opening up nice and wide, and now bringing left underneath of right. And crossing those. Again, you can kind of just stay at this X position, or if you can wrap them fully. Inhaling elbows up, and then bringing your hands away from your face. That should really open up your shoulders. Nice and gently breathing into your shoulder blades. And on an exhale, bringing your hands back to your face and lowering down your elbows and unwinding, opening up, and then just give yourself a nice hug here. Good job. All right, so we're going to make our way onto our tabletop. For those of you that do this regularly with me, we're going to do some cat-cow. So we want to make sure our wrists are in line with our shoulders and our knees are in line with our hips. So this is our tabletop position. Pressing into all 10 fingers. You're going to lift the tailbone on an inhale, dropping the belly and lifting the head. So that's our cow pose. And then on an exhale, beginning to tuck the tailbone, pressing away from the mat and dropping your head. Really dropping that tailbone. Inhaling to lift. And feel free to begin to move on your own breath. Inhale, and then on the exhale, dropping the tailbone, and then dropping the head, really pressing away from the mat. Belly is up and in. Heart is open. Inhale. Looking up. Really good. And bringing your spine back to neutral. So we're going to do a little bit of hip openers here. So I want you to inhale your right leg up, still knee bent. And we're just going to kind of begin to do some circles with the knee. Once you're drawing a circle, like there's a pen on the end of your knee and you're just drawing circles, just opening up that hip. Really pressing away from the mat. We're not allowing ourselves to sink in. We're still really strong. And we're just opening up the hip. Now opposite direction. Really opening up, doing some nice circles. Really good. And then planting the knee back down. We're going to do the other side. Again, pressing away from the mat. Core is engaged. Inhaling, leg up. Knee is bent. And then just begin to do some circles. Oh, that was a big pop in my hip. Maybe you had the same. And in the opposite direction now. Just doing nice circles, just opening it up, getting the juices flowing. And then go ahead and plant that knee back. And we're going to do a little bit of core activation. So I'm going to press into my hands, press into the tops of my feet, and I'm going to hover my knees. So my core is engaged. So I'm not allowing my stomach to drop. Core is engaged, especially my lower core. Those transverse muscles down there. Really good. Hold it. Breathe. Relax your face. Lower the knees. Good job. Now we're going to lower onto our elbows. So my elbows are going to replace where my shoulders were. And I'm just going to gently move my knees backwards and just open up the shoulders, bringing my forehead to the ground. If you need, you can always open your arms up a little bit further. Maybe any of the men out there, or for anyone that has tight shoulders. A little bit of a puppy pose. That's what this is. Really opening their shoulders. Breathing into that lower belly. Good job. Inhale, coming up. We're just going to slowly push forward on coming onto our belly here. Good job. All right. Make sure you feel a little bit of space in your spine. So if you need, do just this little wiggle forward just to get a little more space. So planting the hands underneath of the shoulders. Going to press up into Sphinx. So shoulders are rolled back. Nice long neck. Exhale down. We're going to do one more. Inhale up. Nice long neck. Shoulders are back. Good job. Lower down. This time we're going to bring our hands back a little bit further. So now hands are underneath of our shoulders, but our elbows are up. Inhaling up to baby cobra. Exhale down. Again, nice long spine, long neck, shoulders are pulled down. Exhale down. Good job. So press into your hands, press into kind of the tops of your feet. We're going to press up, pushing our hips back, tucking the toes, and lifting the hips into downward facing dog. Just begin to pedal out the feet. See what kind of feels good for you here. Maybe do some yeses and nos with your neck so your neck is nice and relaxed here. Good job. And with your gaze between your hands, you can either walk, jump, or step in between your hands. I'm going to gently walk up, staying hinged at the hips. If you need to have a slight bend in your knee, that's fine. Just allowing yourself to fall. Let your head just hang. Maybe let your arms hang this time if you want. You can even step on your hands. Just allow yourself to just fall. Just deep breaths. Okay, if you're on your hands, go ahead and come off of them. Inhale halfway up. Nice straight back, long neck. Exhale, forward fold. And inhale vertebrae by vertebrae until you come all the way up. The last thing to come up is your head. Inhale, looking up. Good job. Maybe putting your hands on your hips. Maybe take a little bit of a wider stance. Just do a little bit of circles with your hips. Other direction. Good job. All right. Coming back to the center of your mat. Remember our intentions: joyful, energetic body, loving, compassionate heart, reflective, alert mind, and lightness of being. So we're going to do a nice flow all the way through. Feel free to stay with me if you haven't done it before, or also feel free to move on your own breath. All right, here we go. Inhaling, both hands up, reaching for the sky, lots of space between the vertebrae. Exhale, forward fold, hinging at the hips. Swan diving down. Inhale, halfway up, flat back, nice long neck. Exhale down, planting the hands, walking or stepping back into plank. Option to come to knees. Holding the plank. Exhale, keeping elbows in, lowering down to the ground. Pressing into the tops of the feet and the hands. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down. Inhale, pressing into the tops of the hands. Pushing our hips back, tucking the toes and lifting the hips into downward facing dog. With our gaze in between our hands, either walk, jump, or step between. Staying hinged at the hips. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, down. Inhale, rise. Bringing hands to heart center. Really good. Okay. Checking in with our breath. See how we're doing. Let's do that one more time. I think that'd be nice to do a full flow. I didn't have that as part, but let's do it one more time. All right, let's stay warmed up here. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale down, plant the hands, jump, walk, or step your feet back into plank. Still option to come to knees. Exhale down, coming to our bellies. Inhale up to cobra. Exhale down. And then inhale, pressing into your hands, tucking the toes and lifting the hips all the way up to the sky. Good job. And with your gaze between your hands, you can either walk, jump, or step up. Good job. Here we go. Exhale. Inhale, halfway up. Flat back. Exhale down. Inhale, rise. Hands to heart center. Good job. All right, so we're going to do a little bit of a balance here now that we're standing, because we'll do eagle pose at the very end. So we're going to play with our balance for just a moment here. So there's several different options if you're new or your balance isn't the greatest, but we're going to start with our on our left foot, so spreading out the toes on your left. Inhaling, right leg up, making sure our core is nice and strong, so my tailbone is dropping down. So inhale, right leg up. Option to stay here. Or we're going to exhale, pushing the hips back, kind of in our chair pose, and we're going to cross the right over the left. So it's going to look, so I was doing it from the side so you could see I was kind of pushing my hips back. So again, pressing into my left foot, inhale, right leg up. We're going to kind of sit back as we cross the right leg over. So you can kind of bring it over almost like a kickstand, or you can cross it and not touch. So we're going to just flow with this for just a moment. So go ahead and undo, come on back. We'll do one more still on our left side. Inhaling, right leg up. Exhale, pushing the hips back. And then crossing the right leg over. Really good. Inhale up and undo. Good job. So we're going to now do the opposite. So making sure all my stability is on my right leg. Spreading out my toes on my right. Activating my core, so dropping the tailbone. Inhaling, left leg up. Exhaling, pushing the hips backwards and crossing over. Option to use the foot more as a kickstand. Inhale to come up and undo. Inhale, leg up. Exhale, pushing hips back, crossing over. Coming out. Good job. And last one, try to have as much control as possible. That last one, I didn't have as much control as I would like. So we'll inhale, lifting the leg, feeling that balance, pushing the hips back, crossing over. You can have option to have arms open or touching, whatever feels most comfortable for you. And inhale to come up. Really good. All right, good job. So just a little bit of play there for just a moment, testing our balance, playing with the flow, moving on our breath. Good job. Okay, so at the top of our mats, inhaling both arms up, reaching for the sky, getting lots of space between the vertebrae. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, planting the hands, stepping the feet back into plank, and lowering down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down, pressing into the hands, tucking the toes, lifting the hips up to the sky. Inhaling, right leg up, three-legged dog. Exhale, using the core, bringing knee up and in between, dropping the foot in between the hands. Go ahead and drop that back knee. And from here, we're going to kind of just push our hips back into that runner's lunge. Feeling that nice stretch in our leg. Breathing nice and gently. Exhale, coming forward, bending the knee. Pressing into the left hand, planting left hand, inhaling, right arm up. Exhaling, arm down. We're going to inhale, both arms up, pressing into the right foot. Inhale, rise. Almost like you're holding a beach ball. Nice and powerful here. Now exhale, bringing arms behind the back. Roll the shoulders, really open them up. Option to bring our gaze up. Breathing gently. Go ahead and release. Inhale, both arms up. Grab your left wrist with your right hand and just gently pull your wrist over to the right, getting a nice little side body stretch kind of in your left hip there. Nice and long in the spine. Inhale up and release. Good job. So now we're going to begin to kind of sink into this pose. So go ahead and lean forward a little bit, really sinking in. But make sure you're keeping your core nice and strong as you sink into that hip on your left side here. So we're really sinking in. You're feeling that nice stretch. Taking a few breaths, really breathing into that hip. Now we're going to plant both hands on the inside part of our foot and go ahead and heel toe that foot a little bit more to the edge of your mat. So you should have a little bit of a wider stance here. So now both your hands should be firmly planted. Go ahead and tuck that back toe and lift your knee. So this is a stronger stretch in that kind of hip area, in the groin and hip flexors here. If you would like to make it a little bit stronger, we're going to press your weight more into your left hand. Inhale, right arm up to the sky. And on your exhale, bringing it down to your knee and gently, very, very, very gently pressing the knee away, opening up the hip, making sure your core is still engaged. Very, very gently pressing the knee away. And make sure your back knee is not hyperextended and too straight. So go ahead and make sure there's a little bit of a bend in that knee and you're not hyperextended in the back. Breathing here, sinking in. I know this is a nice, strong stretch for the hips. Just one more breath. Deep inhale in. Go ahead and release and drop the right arm down. And using your core, bring that left leg back, pressing into downward facing dog. Really good. Oh, nice little cracking in my hips again. Good job. Now moving to the other side, pressing into your hands. Inhale, left leg up, three-legged dog. Using your core, exhaling, bringing knee up in between and dropping the foot in between your hands, lowering the right knee. Exhaling, pushing both hips back into that runner's lunge, feeling that nice stretch in your leg. Breathing. Good job. And exhale, bending the knee, planting the right hand, inhaling, left arm up to the sky. Exhale, arm down, pressing into the left foot. Inhale to rise, holding that beach ball. Exhaling, arms behind, opening up the chest, opening up the heart. Option to look up. Breathing. Inhale, both arms up. This time grabbing right wrist with your left arm. And then kind of gently pulling to your left side, getting a nice side body stretch right here on your right. Good job. Inhaling both arms down. We're just going to gently begin to press forward here, really opening up that hip. So lowering down. So my hips are both facing forward, my core is engaged. Feeling that nice stretch right here. If this feels too strong, feel free to come down or just completely relax on your knee, whatever feels most comfortable. Just the main thing is we want to be opening up right here and just breathing. So, planting both hands. Go ahead and heel toe that foot to the opposite side of the mat, opening up your hips. So it should be closer to the side of your mat. So planting both hands, pressing into your palms, tucking the toe, lifting that back leg up, going deeper into this stretch. Good job. Putting your weight into your right arm, your right hand, inhaling left arm up to the sky. And on the exhale, bringing it to your knee and gently, very gently opening up the hip. Making sure you're not kind of collapsing in, really rising up, chest is open. Make sure that back knee is not hyperextended. Have a very gentle bend in the knee. I'm very gently opening up my hips. Good job. Exhale that arm down. Using your core, lifting the foot and bringing it back into downward facing dog. Excellent. Inhaling left leg up to the sky. And on your exhale, go ahead and bring the knee to your nose, planting the foot. On an inhale, you're going to pivot on the back foot and rise all the way up into your warrior two. So back foot is parallel to your mat. Front foot is pointing forward. Core is nice and strong. Arms are straight out. Your view should be over the front of over your left hand, facing forward. I tend to always be facing the camera when I do this one. So this is the correct warrior two, but your gaze is over your fingertips. Good job. Exhale, bringing left arm to knee. We're gonna bring our right arm across our face and open up the shoulders. Arm is facing forward, and then you can bring it overhead. Good job. Exhale, pivoting on the back foot, dropping the hand, stepping back the foot, coming down the downward dog. Inhaling, right leg up. Exhaling, bringing knee to nose and stepping forward. We're going to do the same thing. Pivoting on the back foot. So you're going to drop that. Inhale to rise to your warrior two. So I will turn to face you. So right knee is bent. Left foot is parallel to the mat. Strong warrior two. Gaze is forward. Core is strong and engaged. Holding that. Exhaling, bringing right arm to right knee. Bringing your hand across your face. Opening up your shoulder. Bringing left all the way up. Opening up the shoulders here, and then on your exhale, bringing that across your body. Really good. Breathing and relaxing your face. Good job. And exhale, we're going to drop the hand, pivot the foot. Rewrite this, and just go ahead and bring that front foot forward, or the back foot forward. Oh my goodness. Exhale down. Inhale halfway up. Exhale down. Inhale, rise. Hopefully you were staying with me there, even though I was getting my lefts and my rights wrong. Okay, so we're going to do eagle pose, and then we will end in pigeon. Okay, so we did the legs earlier. And what you want to do is we want to make sure our left leg is firmly planted, spreading out the toes, kind of shifting the weight, elongating kind of through your core, so allowing that to get nice and strong, dropping the tailbone. As you drop your tailbone, inhale, right leg up. Exhale, pushing the hips back, crossing over. Again, option to kind of just stay here, using your foot as a kickstand. Don't allow your hip to come with your foot. Make sure your hips are still coming forward. Inhaling, arms forward. Roll back those shoulders. Remember these arms. Bringing right underneath of left. Option to stay at this X or to continue crossing them. Breathe. Remember to breathe. Make sure your core is engaged. If you're here, see if you can kind of sit your booty back a little more. You can wrap your foot. That's great. If not, remember accepting ourselves for who we are and our uniqueness. Just breathing, feeling that nice stretch on your left side. And when it's time to come out, just gently breathe. This should be nice and fun, relaxing. If you need, you can come back to the kickstand, opening up the arms, and just gently unwinding. Okay, next side. Planting right foot, sprawling out the toes, shifting the weight, dropping your tailbone, engaging the core, lifting the pelvic floor, inhaling that left leg up. On the exhale, pushing your hips back and crossing over. So option to just stay right here. You just want to make sure your hips aren't following. You want to make sure your hips are still facing forward while you're in this. Make sure your core is nice and strong. Bringing left underneath of right. Option to still stay just with your X. Right here is perfectly fine. This is where you want to stay and just breathe and be. Excellent. And you're crossing those hands. See if you can sit back a little further. I can tell my balance is a little better on my other side, which is normal and kind of fun to play with. Breathing, don't hold your breath. Try to have a little fun feeling that stretch on your right side, on your hip. And just gently coming out if you want to come to that kickstand, undoing your arms. So using that core, coming up, rise, undo. Excellent. Really good. Okay, so we're kind of shaking that out a little bit. We are all tied up like a pretzel. Let's do our pigeon pose. So I do invite you to maybe grab a pillow if you need it, or a book or a block, or whatever you might have. And we're just gonna come down to all fours, and we're gonna be in this pigeon pose for at least 2 or 3 minutes, all right? We're gonna really hold this and allow our hips to open and everything to relax. So from all fours, making sure your hips are in line, you're just going to bring your right knee forward, almost like it's a railroad track with your hips, bringing it forward, allowing you to sink into that left hip. And then you're going to heel toe this to the left side of your mat. So you're heel toeing your foot to the mat. And you're going to gently lowering down, really feeling a nice stretch on your right side. So just a couple of cues here. You don't want to be too far to your right, or you're not going to feel anything here. So what you want is to make sure your hips are up and you feel that stretch here, making sure the back foot is still flexed and your foot up here is flexed. So both are active to protect your knees. With the pillow, which is why we grab this, we're going to bring this, if you need it, underneath of kind of your right bottom cheek. So if you need to bend it, if it's high up because your hips are tight, that's fine. Just want to support your bottom here. Some people can bring their leg into kind of that 90-degree angle. You don't need to be doing that. Whatever feels comfortable for you. If right here is as comfortable as you'd like, then you just stay right here and breathe. If you'd like to come a little bit deeper and sink into it, go ahead and come onto your arms. Remember to make sure your foot is flexed to protect your knee. And you should feel a really, really nice stretch here. So anybody that has any sciatic issues, this should really help to relax those muscles and possibly help with the pain there, okay? Especially if we've been sitting all week. So I do encourage you to just breathe and relax and allow yourself to sink into the pose. Supporting yourself here, or if you need another pillow by your face so you can kind of fully sink in and relax. So if you have another pillow, you can kind of bring a pillow to your forehead. We're just going to really breathe into this. And we're going to repeat our intentions from earlier. So it was joyful, energetic body, loving, compassionate heart, reflective, alert mind, and lightness of being. And as you breathe, just allow yourself to sink a little bit further into the pose. Just for another moment, really allowing that hip to open. Relaxing your back. See, I'm a little stressed here, so come wherever you are, bringing earth to you, or even if you're up here, it's okay. Just don't want to be hurting your lower back. So if that's coming to your elbows, good job. Okay. So to come out, you're going to come up onto our hands. You're going to heel toe that foot back underneath of you. We're just going to gently press back. So we're gently coming into our child's pose if you'd like. So you can open up your knees and press back in the child's pose. Inhaling, coming up. It's good to keep it even. So bringing your knees back in line with your hips. Going to bring your left knee forward this time. So bringing left knee forward, allowing your hip to sink. Then heel toe your left foot. Heel toe to what feels comfortable. If it's really just right underneath, that's perfectly fine. If you're really flexible and have really open knees and you can bring your foot all the way up here, that's great too, wherever you are. If you would like to bring a pillow or something underneath of your left bottom, that's fine. Again, you don't want to be rolling out of it. You're not going to feel anything. You want to be allowing yourself to kind of sink in. Make sure your back foot is activated. Your left foot's activated. And you're just going to gently lower yourself to the ground, whatever's most comfortable for you. Remember our card, we're all unique, okay? So maybe some of us are better at our balance. Maybe some of us are more stretchy. Doesn't matter. Just going to gently open up your hip here, okay? It should help to relieve any pain. If you want, you can bring your pillow here. Just come on down to the ground. Remembering our intentions yet again, joyful, energetic body, loving, compassionate heart, reflective, alert mind, and lightness of being. Just really sinking into that. If it hurts at any point, do come out, adjust, do what you need. I was feeling that too much in my upper leg, so I'm adjusting. You really feel that like along your booty. Just breathing, allowing yourself to sink into it. The longer you're in poses like this, so the importance of like yin yoga is the longer you're in it, it actually begins to even relax the connective tissue, which allows you to go into an even deeper stretch and release further tension, or in some cases, even some trapped emotions. Some of us have emotions trapped in different parts of our body in the form of pain or tension. So yin yoga, acupuncture, all that kind of stuff is really good. So we're going to gently begin to rise up. We're going to heel toe that foot back underneath and then bring it back in line with the other knee. Open up and press back into child's pose. Really good. Inhaling, coming up. And we're just going to come to our knees here, and we're just going to kind of drop them to the side and make our way back onto our back. Moving onto our back, keeping our knees bent. We're just going to gently windshield wipe them side to side, allowing them to fall side to side on hitting our stereo station. Just kind of windshielding them with your breath. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Good job. Inhaling, knees to chest, and just do gentle circles. Pressing your knees away, just relaxing the sacrum. So we're kind of massaging our lower back. Going in the opposite direction. Make sure our face is relaxed. Feeling really good. And go ahead and bring your hands in between your knees to the outside of your feet. And bringing your feet up. So it's almost like you're going to press into the wall. And push your knees down. So press into your feet. Really opening up the hips still. Into happy baby. You guys all know what this means. It's basically the last one. And if you need to kind of bend and straighten your legs, whatever feels comfortable for you, do any last minute stretches you need before we go into Savasana. Exhale, maybe give yourself a nice big hug here. And just gently undo your legs. Maybe do a last stretch, reaching for the sky above. Just taking up lots of space. And then exhale, arms down to your side. And I invite you to close your eyes as we relax our feet, relax our ankles, relax our shins and the tops of our legs and the backs of our legs, up into our hips, into our bottom. Just relax and melt into the mat. Relax your lower back and your mid back and your upper back. Relax your stomach and your abdomen and your chest, all the way to your shoulders, and just melt into the mat. Relax down to your elbows, to your wrists, and down each finger. Just relax and melt into the mat. Relax your neck and your throat, your jaw and your tongue and your mouth. Relax the back of your head and the top of your head and your forehead. Relax your eyes and your cheeks. And just melt into the mat. Completely relax. And just one more time with our intention. Breathing through our heart. Joyful, energetic body. Loving, compassionate heart. Reflective, alert mind. And lightness of being. Just allow those intentions to circulate through your body. And gently begin to wiggle your toes, wiggling your fingers. And gently bend your knees, giving yourself a final hug here. And just falling to one side, cradling your head. And on an inhale, gently make your way up to seated position. Or if you would like for this last part, you can stay in Savasana or come into a nice comfortable seated position on a sofa or a chair. Oh, I see Romina joined. Hi, Romina. Hi, Vivi. All right. So for this last part, I do invite you, like I just said, to get into a nice comfortable position. Make sure your spine is nice and tall. And I invite you to go ahead and close your eyes. And begin to become aware of your breath. Allowing your breath to slow. And I invite you to imagine as if you are a tiny person standing on the tip of your nose, looking out at the world. And on an inhale, you move up in between your eyebrows. And on your next inhale, you move up to the top of your head. And your next inhale, you drop inside your mind. On your next inhale, you drop inside your throat. And your next inhale, you drop inside your heart. And bring your awareness to your heart. Begin to gently breathe in and out of your heart center or the center of your chest. Breathing just a little bit slower and deeper than normal. And with your awareness on your heart or in your heart area, I ask you to activate a loving memory or someone you love dearly. Perhaps your children or your spouse or your parents or a friend or a moment in time. Just begin to activate a loving memory and a loving feeling between you. Begin to feel that love get even stronger. Begin to make that feeling even bigger and bolder and brighter. Allowing that love to begin to spread through your whole body. As it spreads down to your hips, into your legs and into your feet. And it spreads up into your shoulders, down your arms, up your neck and into your head, allowing that feeling of love to circulate through your entire being. And perhaps you imagine it as a color, the color gold. Feeling that liquid gold, that gold light circulate through your whole being. And that love begins to get even stronger. And as it gets so strong, you can't even contain it, so you press it outside of your body. And you form this little snow globe, this round ball of light around your being. This warm liquid gold surrounding you. And you press it even further out to surround the whole room. Perhaps there's other people in the room with you. You wrap them in your love. And you press it even further out so it fills your whole home. And you press it even further out across all of your neighbors and your neighborhood. Your entire neighborhood is wrapped in this gold light, this loving liquid blanket. And you press it even further out through your whole town. Press it even further out till you wrap your entire city. Press it even further out, wrapping your entire state. Pressing it even further out, wrapping your entire country. Wrapping your entire country in your love, in this beautiful gold liquid blanket. Wrapping all of the people and everyone and everything in this loving light. Just sending them all your love. And press it even further out to all neighboring countries. Even further out until you wrap around the entire world. Wrapping the entire world in this gold light, in this liquid blanket, in this love. Surrounding all humans, everybody, and everything in this light, in this love. You press yourself out even further into space and see that Earth is wrapped in this gold light. And perhaps you feel the sun, the warmth of the sun on your shoulder. And you look up and you see the brightest star you've ever seen. And you pick that star and you hold it close to your heart, knowing it holds so much love and peace and joy for you. You hold it tight to your heart as you begin to descend back down into Earth, back over your back over your country, back over your state, back over your city and your town, back over your neighborhood, back over your home, back over your room, and into your body, still holding that star. And on an inhale, you press that star inside of your heart, allowing all of that love and compassion and joy and peace and uniqueness inside of you, and allow it to circulate through your body, bringing all that love back inside. Just feeling that love inside. And on an inhale, nice deep inhale in, just noticing. And on your next inhale, just gently begin to bat your eyelashes and open up your eyes. Good job. May you always have clarity of thought. May you always speak your truth. And may your heart always be filled with love and light and compassion and beauty and uniqueness and everything that is good. Namaste. And for the time being, namaste at home. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope your hips feel really good and your lower back feels good to take you into the weekend. And thank you so much for joining me. Please feel free to share this with anyone else you think that would enjoy this. I'll continue to do this every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at the same time, same place, same background for however long we're in this together. Thank you again, Gloria and Ashley and Casey and Romina and Sharon. Sharon, yeah, thank you, Val. You're welcome so much. You know, my dad was on too, maybe a few other people. Even if you couldn't say hi, thank you very much for joining. And I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you will join again. And thanks. I will write these little intentions in the little box when I go to save this, if you would like those again. But have a wonderful weekend, and love to you all. Bye.